Imagine if that's the way I talked. Imagine if those were the vibrations I took in and I couldn't care less. I just couldn't care less. I'll just put my head down. I just put my head down on things and just get on with the whole table, right? Like I couldn't care less. I'm just going to fool around with my piece of paper, but you don't see the red reflection in his eyes. You see a reflection. He's taking pictures of me. Hello, cat. You can see me. You're taking pictures. You know the way around because that's the way we made you. Were there cats 500, 5,000 years ago? What kind of cats were they? Aristocrats? Arctic cats? Angel resident? Because they take place in your residence and they watch everything you do, but you think it's just your pet? Because they are your pets. You putz. You don't think the cat and the dog can be an animal that comes into your house, that you feed, that's your best friend, but he's spying on you. You would never think it. Well, why don't you think of it this way? Garfield and Odin. They say Odin, okay? When you go to the times of the Hedrons, they say they were worshiping Odin. Odin, or Odie, the cat and the dog of Garfield. In Garfield, the program on TV, he was orange, Odie was a beigeish brown. Would it take you for surprise if your cat was spying on you while you were naked in the bathroom and your cat was looking at you and somebody was looking through the cat's eyes? That's why the cats can see at night. They were given night vision, so they can see you all the time. They sleep and they go. They work on your power and your energy, only if you knew the truth. Do you want to know about Thanksgiving? There is no thanking. It's just thanking that there was earth over here and we had enough rain that we got our vegetables out of the garden. That was the thanks of the giving. If you ever take a look at the turkey, take a good look. The cone over here is blue blood, electricity. Trinity, triples, three of a kind, well, you, your wife, and your child, XXX. Have you seen zero lately, what it's done to you? Have you actually looked at your 24-hour day? Every 24 is 2 and 4. 2 and 4 and 8. During the day, you go 6. The next day, 6. You go 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. And during the day, you go 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, because you live inside the 9 lives of the cat. The 8 box that goes around the 9, surrounding the 9 lives, in which your freedom is only to stand up and to move forward. You can't go from corner to corner. You're blocked out. That's your only edge. You're actually living 4 parts of a life. In all actuality, when you get up, you're actually just getting up to the one life you have. To the one life that's manipulated by the other side. Do you think they brought in government services to help you out? Actually not. Just to get more excuses onto the table. This is the actuality of the presidency. When you take out Obama's last 3 years, because let's say it ends in the 5th year, you actually come out over here at 755. 7 times 6 is 42, 7 plus 6 is 13, equals to 55. If you take it the way it ends, you take the 7th gate from the 8th heaven of the electrical man, and you end up with 300 years. Both of them are equals to 20 and 0, 8. So you must add at least 6 here, and 6 here is 12. You have 312. 3 times 1 times 3 is, times 2 is 6. You have actually 006. If you want to put a 6 here, we'll put a 6 here. This becomes the leap year. When Obama finishes, this becomes the leap year. 7 times 5 is 35, times 5 is 175, which brings us over to pi. 3.14159265. Zion, Ison, I-Z-O-N. That's what it spells in the first part of pi. When you multiply it by 3, it becomes 333,69696. When you multiply 4 times this, 4 times 3 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3. 4 times 2 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3. 4 times 12 is 2, 1 and 2 is 3. 4 times 6 is 24, 2 and 4 is 6. 4 times 9 is 36. 3 and 6 is 9. 4 times 6 is 24. 2 and 4 is 6. 9, 6, 9, 6. 15 and 15. O and O. Bringing back the moon into the picture. 696, 369. Earnest but plenty. Earth, Saturn and Pluto. Saturn and Pluto. And Saturn. When you bring these together into the 7 worlds, we go up 1 step. 4 and 3 is 7, 4 and 3 is 7, 4 and 3 is 7, 6 and 1 is 7, 9 and 7 is 7, 6 and 1 is 7, 9 and 7 is 7, 6 and 1 is 7. 4, 4, 4 times 4 brings us into the time we are, because this one becomes 4. 4 and 3 is 7. We end up with the presidency. We end up with the wings of the phoenix. And now that they're talking that Ison has wings, it's probably throwing snowballs with a Canadian arm. 1771, the Tea Party. Why? Because E and A is the toe party. Tic-tac-toe. And toe is 2015. O and E, 015, 2005 to 2015, when I picked up the recognition that there is a reality to this world other than the 7th gate. This is where we're supposed to be. This is where we are. But we're in 2012, and if I reckon right, we're only the 16th of November, 2012 right now. Why? Thanks to George Washington, a cherry hit me in the head. And I saw they played around with George Washington's birthday by 1 year and 11 days. When you take George Washington and bring in Abraham Lincoln, you bring the one single spirit and put it between the 3 eyes of 6. You bring it into this dice cube. Now we have to take ahead the 2nd president and the 25th. And then we'd have to bring in the 3rd president and the 34th. Now, would that be JFK? Because that's the one they knocked out. They also knocked out 3, 6, the 9th president, who had 0 days. Where this number should say 840, this number actually says 847. 441 actually says 441. This one is 3. It took these 2 to make this one. Take out 1 president, take out 2 presidents, take out 3 presidents. Just let's take out 2 for the zeros. Okay? So we take out 2 for the zeros. We end up at 44. We're not on this page. We're at 44 presidents. Now we're only at 42. Rubik's Cube turns one way 4 times. The other way, it doesn't move twice. When you take out these presidents, you also take out more presidents. We're going to take out 1 president for Grover Cleveland. We're going to take out 1 president for George and his father Bush. We're going to take 1 president out for John Adams. We're going to take 1 president out for Roosevelt. We're taking out 4 presidents, plus we took out 2 presidents. We've now taken out 6 presidents. So from having 44 presidents, we now only have 38 presidents. The North American roulette, 48 presidents between 0 and 00. 1 is a 0, 1 is a 00. Why? Because 1 begins and 1 ends. And who says not that George Bush or any of these other presidents haven't been here before? And who says not that Barack Obama is actually not George Washington? Or maybe Barack Obama is not JFK. I don't know who's who in this electronic world, because all you do is match strands of DNA. How much DNA? Well, this world, let me tell you one thing. You can reprocess and process anything you want in this world. You can slice and you can dice and you can put up whatever number you want into this world. Why? Because that's the truth. That's what they have taught me. I'm a student of life. I know little and I know nothing. But I know and I think I know more than I think I know. I think I know just enough to tell you that I know nothing about science, but I still believe they can duplicate somehow the DNA in one way or another. And what do I really need to know? More than to tell you, I don't see the truth all over the place. I see less of the truth than anything else. Does that mean there's more lies? No, not more lies, just deceit. Just deceit and what we end up believing at the end. Am I private, or is this in general? In general, I'm private. But if I'm private, then I'm not a private person, because all persons are known as generals. And all generals have been in the war and they have gotten rewards and all kinds of stuff put on their shoulders. I am George Washington. Look at my hat. It's like I'm an admiral. But admirals are on a ship. I guess Earth is a ship. And he was bringing the ship along. Do you think, are you proud to have Thanksgiving? To cut off a turkey's head? XXX. X is the 24th letter. 666. X is also known as Roman numeral 10. 10 is 1 and 0. 0 is a 6 or a 15. It becomes 161616. 16, 16, 16 equals 48 presidencies. 16 is 777 to 6, 6, and 6, which equals to 5, 5, 5, and 5. 55, let's add them up. The center to 55 is the number 26, which the number of 26 is the doghouse. And what comes after 26? 29, the place they are born onto. 40 plus 29 is 69. Man is a dog. Taking care of a dog that's actually him. No wonder we're so close. We are each other. Jewish and Jesus. The two things they have in common is they both start with 105. This is when you take the spirit from the beginning and bring it down to the other side. Why? Because it's AD. And it's AD to create the 5. 10 is created by 1, 2, 3, and 4 added. Jesus, 19, 21, 21, 19. But Jewish is 23, 91, 98. 98 is WXYZ. 19 is the S, SNH, SH, SHB, SHC, SHI. The 9th letter is I. 19, this brings I. SHI, SHIW, SHB, SHIB. I'm not sure which way to go with this. But I can tell you one thing, they're duplicated, the two of them. There's no way they can come this close. But you know what's funny? What's missing between this is Grover Cleveland at 22 and 24. If we put Grover Cleveland, we have 19. We have no 20. We have 22 and 24. So who is the 20th? Who is the one that is hidden in between the other presidents? Let's see who the 20th was. And I lost my presidents somewhere. Here they are. The 20th one is James Abraham Garfield. And doesn't that suit the picture just fine? Because he didn't last one day. He was in and he was out. In 1881, they had 3 presidents. The 19th, Richard Hayes, went out. They bought a little time with James Abraham Garfield into the 20 world, and finished with Chester Alan Arthur. Doesn't this come right out of the Garfield cat book? Harrison, Benjamin Harrison, okay, is duplicated with William Henry Harrison. Count that as one less. John Adams is duplicated again by, where is the other Adams? Garfield, Birch, Grant, Lincoln, Pierce, Knowledge. There's another Adams. Yes, John Adams and Quincy Adams. So we're going to take out another one. Bush is 3, so we take out 3. Then, like I said, we can take out the 2 presidents that were taken out before anything started, which is Garfield, which is 4. And then we're going to take out the next president that never made it to the stable. So we'll take out the next president, and that would be not Lincoln, because Lincoln made 4 years, and Milford made it 3 years, and Zachary Taylor made it 1 year. So if you're really looking at pieces and parts of presidents, there weren't as close to half the presidents they say they were. Another thing is Thanksgiving, the Hethans. What did we have to follow? At first we followed, apparently it's a 6,000 year system, and the first 6,000 years we were following the Torah, in which the Romans and the pharaohs were following the year of the cat. So what did we actually have here? The Romans was all treason and lies. So what actually are we supposed to actually, like if I came into this world right now and I needed to live, and I heard the laws, and the law says in order to live, I won't take what's yours, you don't take what's mine. but if we have too much, we have to share. And I would say, okay. But if I'm the only one working and sharing, then that wouldn't be fair. The real world, the only way to live this world is fair. Fair, and you must share. And I'll tell you one thing, it'll cost you a whole lot less to share and to be fair than to have warfare of any kind. The society we're in, this world we're in right now, I can tell you one thing, Halloween, okay, Halloween and Thanksgiving are on the same day. It's the same thing as Valentine's Day. Why? Because that's what the numbers say. If I can back up the numbers just a bit over here, November 16th, which is 90 days from Valentine's Day, okay, is in all actuality the 320th and 321st day of the year. 321, creation of the triple U, U, and U. What does that mean? It's just creation of man, the circuitry in which I believe they use to interrupt the two sides of your brain. A cobweb that's in there that's wearing off. Not that they're trying to build something with the chemtrails, but they've already built, and it's wearing off inside man's head. And that's why the kids are changing on us, because they're not coming into the world with what we had. Over and above, we were born with whatever it was. Mars time, Earth time, and Moon time. Thanksgiving is for the three sexes that when you give birth, you now connect another world into Mars, the IT planet of your mind, where they gather the information minute by minute as you think. Your thoughts are and that's all it is. That's what Thanksgiving says in the numbers right over here. 28, the moon of man, spirit angel of man, Abraham, or the 114 days of the pig's pregnancy is when a mind is recreated within your mind. It takes 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days, and it was practiced on the pork. And what can I tell you about pigs? Is that in the early 80s they came out with a new disease. Then all of a sudden they knew how the heart worked with the pigs, because they made that heart and they made that disease and they called it Haemophilus, and all the pig farmers lost a lot of money about this. And if they would bring back their old pork and start studying it, they'll see that the disease from the pork was created by the system. Just like the disease of the chickens was caused by the system. I don't think God made a world and brought so many diseases in on it. 7, 9, and 2, which is the birth gate, 9229 of 57, the ending of the giving of the birth gate. Look at this, giving 4, 5, and 6. It's set up by the Federation of 757. 757. The giving 4, 5, and 6 is because of the Federation and its birth, the entry. V for life. 9 and 9 is the I life. 29th of February to the first day of April is the 92nd and the 29th day. You can see all the ones in here. 141, that's time. 281 is Venus. 2 parts of Venus, because it's us and it's our minds that they connected to. 911 is the corner of all 4 corners keeping you in jail. Why? Because the 911 corner, when you reach 10, 10, 10 in Monopoly, is go to jail. You have 3 chances at jail, and the 3rd chance, or the 3rd age that you are in, they release you from the jail. Now you can reflect on the rest of your life with your children and make like life was real when it wasn't real at all. And there's nothing about life that is real other than what you live. The reality of what you live is real, but life the way we know it is not real. It's not gems. And because I don't have a gem, okay, and because I always have to fight for my gems, does that make it even more worthwhile for me to come on here and talk to you and tell you about this? Because I have less than you? I'll tell you one thing, I had just as much as any one of you, and in my mind I had more than most of you at one point. Now it comes to a time where I have probably a whole lot less than most people, but I still have a whole lot more, because now I have the wisdom to go with the knowledge. Mars, Earth, Earth, Mars, February 28th. February 28th, 59 days before the beginning of the year. 59 days before that comes out to near Halloween. Why do we do that? Because the calendars actually change in February and not in December, according to these numbers. According to these numbers, your 300 in bowling days which shows up 4 days short of Halloween, in which Halloween is actually 59 days short of the number it is. Halloween is the 304th day. Make Halloween the 244th day of the year, because that's what it is. The real year either starts in November, or the real year actually starts in February. If the real year started in November, can we say that? If the real year started in November, in fact, I would go the real year actually starting in October. But let's say the real year starts in November, okay? Let's go back and let's say the Hebrew calendar is right, and the new year is actually October 4th or October 5th. Okay, I'm not even sure which way to go. All I can tell you now is that we revert back to Halloween one more time. DNA, turkey, sex, all reverts back to part of Halloween. That Halloween may actually be February 14th and not October 4th because of the switch in the months. I don't have it exactly on paper. I saw it here in my mind. I lost the thought. The Free Dominion, when the American flag hangs down, this is what it looks like. When the American flag hangs down, this is the stars. When it hangs down, you have 3 and 4. Earth and Mars. The Mars is in jail inside the stars, but the Earth is free. 1, 1, and 1, 6, 6, and 6, 1, 1, 1, and 1, or how about 11, 11? How about 1, 11, and 11, 11? The American flag, American, what does it mean, Mare? Mare is a mother. ER, electronic resident, I, angel, creation, angel, on the cross of the flag, because every star is put up. The minute you're born, like they said, they test your placenta, they see if there's anything wrong, and they tell you, and you sign to it. And then you go home, and then you sign the insurance card. Social Insurance Card, SINC, sync. Now you're in sync. The sinkholes pop up. Why? Because they are separating the lands. They are separating the territories. And now the real world is about to show its bottoms up. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. This is what the picture looks like now. I don't know if it looks any different. There's still a lot to do. Okay, that's it. It's over. It's done.